Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 62 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Last episode we got environmental tech updated. We got to a tier 3 void ore miner, and as a result we're starting to struggle a little bit on energy. Now it's not the end of the world, because we're actually like, this thing's been running for a while now, and it's like very little bit, right? Like we're just ever so slightly getting to the point where we're getting a small amount of energy loss. So it's not like the end of the world type thing, but it's definitely something we're going to want to keep an eye on. So what I think I'm going to do for now, because I'm not quite ready to do anything with this, is I'm just going to put a lever on this guy. And when you give it a redstone signal, it should stop mining. True? True. So no more mining is occurring. And as a result of no more mining occurring, we are definitely rapidly filling up this dude again, right? Yes, he is getting a net gain, which is cool. But we're going to want to soon start looking into more power options. However, we are rapidly running out of autocrafting room. And short of... So, like, I want to autocraft a bunch of stuff for the next power build that I want to do. But short of building a bunch of crafters, we could look into Reborn storage, and I think that's what we're going to do today, is take a look at Reborn storage. So to get this guy up and running, we're going to need to teach a few more crafting recipes. So you're going to need to know how to make one of these. You're going to need to know how to make some of these. You're going to need to know how to make some of these. And finally, one of those. Cool. And with all this good stuff known, hopefully, I'm going to take out the diamond recipe, just because I'm probably not going to use that in the immediate future. Cool. So if we look at Reborn storage now, we should find that we have a bunch of recipes known. So what's Reborn storage? Reborn storage is an add-on mod for refined storage. Those of you who've been around the modded scene for a long time might remember in Applied Energistics 1, which is what Reborn or Refined Storage is modeled after a little bit. Might remember that in Applied Energistics 1, there was this big multi-block crafting system that you could make. That's what Reborn Storage brings back. So it's a multi-block system that can craft automatically for you a bunch of stuff. So instead of having a bunch of individualized crafters all over the place, you can build one multi-block thing that can store a bunch of crafting recipes, and it's pretty neat. So that's what we're going to work on making today. I'd like to replace this Wallow Crafters with a multi-block that should do about the same thing. So let's figure out what we need to build. So in order to get the Reborn storage thing, you basically need to make a cube of some kind, right? And it needs to have crafting frames on the outer edges of the cube, and it needs to have heat conductors on the walls of the cube. So what do I mean by that? Basically, like this would be like your outer edges, right? Like something like that. Okay. And then like this would be your walls. Okay. Such that right? And then that. Right, so the outer edges of your cube and the corners basically are going to be one material, and the walls are going to be another. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with like a 5x5 cube, or do I want to do 7x7? So like if we did 5x5, that feels pretty good to me in terms of size. Yeah, 5x5. Would look something like that, and that should be a decently sized cube. And it can get bigger. I think 16 by 16-ish is pretty much like the highest you can get. So what I think I'm going to do is stick with 5x5 for now, and then we'll expand as needed. So let's do a little bit of math around what we're going to need here. So if I'm going to do a 5x5, we're going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 16? Is that right? Is that what a 5x5 is? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 4 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. Plus 3 is 16. So 16 times 2 is 32. And then we're going to want 1, 2, 3. So 32 and 12 would be 44, right? So if we want of Reborn Storage Foundation, we're going to want 44 of these, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to require a lot of improved processors, but that shouldn't be too bad to make because we've got some really fast stuff going on down here. Nice. You're pretty quick at making things, and that's something I appreciate about you. Nice. So that's all going to automate nicely. Now, for the walls of this thing, we're basically going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And we're going to need 6 sets of those walls, right? So 9 times 6 is 54. So we're going to need 54 of these guys from Reborn Storage. Cool. And that's going to be another bunch of stuff to craft. Okay, so we'll get all that cooking up, and it should go pretty quickly. Not too shabby. All right, so with that in mind, that should be the foundation of the Reborn Storage multi-block. Now, that's the outside of the multi-block. For the inside of the multi-block, there's another story to tell, of course. So the inside of the multi-block, there's 2 different blocks that can make up the inside, and you can kind of do it however you want. There's the crafting CPU and the crafting storage. For each crafting storage block that you put in the center space, you will have more storage for patterns. And I played with this mod in 1.10 a little bit, and I remember each crafting block held a lot of patterns, like a lot. I don't know, like each crafting storage held a lot. And then the crafting CPUs will speed up the crafting operation. I don't know if you guys noticed, but as you craft individual things here, they can be a little slow at times, right? So like, let's say we wanted gold. Let's use gold blocks as an example. Like, let's say we wanted a stack of those, right? And hit start. Boom. So see how that's going? Okay. Now, if we put speed upgrades into the multi-block crafter that can make gold blocks, and we requested a stack of these, see how much faster it's going? So you can put speed upgrades in your crafters, but it's something that I've held off on doing because I was planning to get into Reborn Storage. And ultimately, what happens is the more whatchamacallits you put in there, let's see, what is it called again? Crafting CPUs, yeah. The more of these that you put in there, the faster it crafts, right? So crafting storage means you can store more patterns in the multi-block, where crafting CPUs means that the multi-block will craft things more quickly. And of course, you're going to want to do that because in the past, this crafter would be making gold, while this crafter would be making, I don't know, these patterns, right? So they would kind of be distributed a little bit, like one crafter is working on one thing, another's working on another thing. They're not slowing each other down. With the multi-block, it's one block doing the crafting. So you're definitely going to want some speed upgrades in that thing to keep it going. So I think what I'll do is, let's see, the internal of a 5x5 is 27 blocks, right? It's 3x3 is 9x3 is 27. So we get to decide how many of these guys we want to do. Let's get like a decent, so like, let's get a dozen storages. Does that sound cool? And then we'll get 15 CPUs, and we'll see if that works out. So that all should be crafting now. And oh, wow, okay, cool. You need a little bit of diamonds going on. That's all good. Sweet. So that's going to craft and all look cool. So you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing, you're doing silicon. Beautiful. It's all working beautifully. I love automation because you just click a few buttons and you get what you want. It's like one step away from creative mode. That's what I kind of like about modded Minecraft, is once you put in a whole bunch of effort and time, you're one step away from like a creative mode type thing. It's pretty slick. All right, and that's kind of the goal almost for me, is to eventually get to the point where it's like, we have whatever we want. We have all the things. We're good. If I want to make something, I can make it. That's my goal by the end of the series, is just to fully automate as much as I can and just be like, you know what? I need to do something. I can do it. All right, so that's going to get me the crafting storage we need. We said about 12 of those and about 15 CPUs, right? So that should be a work in progress. So you're almost done. See, kind of slow. Not terribly slow, but like kind of slow. So what are you actually doing up here? Oh, you're just waiting on basic processors. That's no big deal. Getting there. Should have about 15, and you're... Sweet. There we go. 15. All right. So the next thing we're going to want is a chest. Or, you know, let's do it with a crate. I have a medium crate. Small should be enough, hopefully, to store all the things, right? So what I'm going to do is destroy my entire crafting wall, which is going to break my ability to craft anything, right? So we're going to break that, and then all the patterns are going to go in here. So I'm going to do that real quick off camera, and we'll be right back. And I'm going to hang on to you, and the crafters can stay in my inventory for the time being. So I kind of want this to almost be a little sensical. Let's organize a little bit, and things I don't need to have. You can all go away, as can you. Oops, I put away a Reborn storage thing, didn't I? I did. Cool, and I actually don't need you. Cool, all right. So then I can do this, and I should be pretty good. Nice. So 2 at a time I can break. I know, I said off camera, and then I didn't off camera, did I? I'm terrible. Kind of curious to see if I'll be able to hold all these things in here. We have a lot of auto-crafting patterns, don't we? Luckily, I have a magnet helping me out. We may not be able to fit all these in here. That's hilarious. Sweet. Alright, so pretty close. Pretty close. So let's... So it's going to be a 5x5, right? So let's do this. Let's... You and you, and we'll decide where you're going to go. I'm thinking like right here-ish, right? So if I did that, 2, 3... Remember, the actual additions drill, if there's not a block above the one you're breaking, it doesn't do a great job of breaking. So we'll build our crafting frames first. And I want this to be like flush with the wall. So that's how I'm putting it on purpose. So did I do all my math right? We're about to find out. Did I do my math right? Everybody's like anxious to know. Can Dyer add, multiply, and subtract in his brain? So far, it looks like he can. And then we've got 9 more for the front of this thing, and then we're going to put... It doesn't matter where you place things in here. And then our crafting CPUs, and we'll see how much storage space this is. I don't know, like I said, how much we get. And then you can go on the front, and this should form a multi-block. Ta-da! Cool, so we got 12 pages of this many. So that's a lot of patterns, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's a lot. So we've got a decent amount of patterns. That's 63 and 18, so 78, right? If that's right. 78 per crafting storage block, so 78 times 12. So we have a lot of pattern spots, right? So what I'm going to do now is put these guys down here, and we'll just do zoop and zoop. So if I asked for a redstone comparator, this should know how to make redstone comparators again. Cool, it worked. So that tells me that I did a good job of building my multi-block, aside from the fact that it's like accessible, but the fact that it actually works is cool. I didn't even check to see if I hooked it up to cabling, so there must be a cable somewhere touching the thing. It like didn't even occur to me that I needed to plug cables into this, which is hilarious. So there's page 1, right? 1 and done. So now page 2. So we go into here to page 2. Oh, nice. It remembers what page you were on last time you opened it. That's something that I don't think happened in version 1.10 and was constantly a nuisance because I had to constantly switch to the next page every time I open the UI. I wonder if that'll persist between sessions, like if I close my game out, if it'll come back. All right, we could probably take you out. I'm like, why is it taking so long to break things? Oops, wrong thing. Nice. Even if it doesn't persist between sessions, the fact that it persists within one session is awesome to me. Cool. Okay. So now you just need some cabling help. So I'm guessing redstone comparator. Ooh, you still know how to make it. Cool. How are you, like, even online right now? So here's what I'm going to do. Like, granted, this is my basement a little bit, but still. How do you... Oh, okay, no, wait. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't because I had one. Cool. That's what I would expect. All the dire derps. I want you to look a little bit fancy. Yay! So that should be fine. And I could connect it to the multi-block or not. It doesn't really matter. So there, and then cool. Does that look good? Y'all like it? Nice. So that is a really good bit of stuff. So now if we went into here and said, hey, I want a redstone comparator, you should have no problem auto-crafting that for me. And woot. I say woot. Cool. Let's go outside and fix a little bit of the outside mess that I probably just made. I'm sure there's a big hole. Yeah. Look at Dyer, keeping stuff fancy. You guys proud of me yet, or what? Because I'm proud of me. Hooray! So now let's do the gold block test, because I'm curious as to how fast you can make a stack of gold blocks. Wow, even faster! That was really fast. So that thing's cool. So we've got a large amount of storage, and again, that can be up to 16 by 16, which will increase, you know, your speed or your storage capabilities as needed. So one more bit of housekeeping that I'd like to do in advance of an upcoming plan is I'd like to keep a stock of nether stars in my refined storage system. So to do that, there's a few steps we're going to need to go through. First off, I'm going to need more power. So let's link this guy here, okay? Because remember when I was playing with withers a few episodes back, which we'll pop over here for, you'll remember that I didn't have enough power to keep the wither placing multi-block up and running. So let's morph. And of course I've got the sound muffler here, so keep in mind it's going to be a little quiet, right? But if we turned on this lever, right, we wouldn't have enough power here. Definitely hurting for power. So let's put a power cell, ow, right here. We're going to set you all to out, and we're going to link that guy. Sweet, and that should now be powering just fine, which should also mean, therefore, that we don't need you. Man, you build a lot of withers, don't you? Can we turn you off for a minute? It's a stupid amount of withers that we have in there. Like a stupid amount of withers in there. I have no idea how many we just spawned, but I feel like it's a lot. Is there some way to tell? Like, yeah, we're not going to be able to tell from that because there's other entities in our line of sight. But you get the idea. So the next thing I want to do is be ready to automate this thing. So in the past, we've been having a little problem with chunk loading with these things, like for specifically, well, actually, I probably want to keep this area claimed because that prevents creeper explosions. So I should keep my chunks claimed, but as you can see, like my chunk loading has broken again. So to try and remediate this, I'm going to place my chunk loader somewhat relatively in the center of my base. Doesn't have to be exact center, but you know, maybe exact center would be cool. Because this is the exact center, right? So that's easy enough. What if I placed it like right here? That would be cool, right? We could bump up the chunk radius and hit show lasers. And I definitely want it to be in square mode. So let's see what that looks like outside, shall we? This thing will keep chunks loaded in much the same way. See, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll chunk load a nice area around my base. And does that extend out to that guy? Probably not, but that's okay. We can go put another one out there. So that should be good. So we can turn off the lasers for now. We'll see if that does a better job of keeping things chunk loaded for me. Because like I said, FTB Utilities chunk loading has been a little bit buggy. You know, not super perfect. So to make another one of these, it's just an enchantment table and a chunk loader. Nice. So let's go out to this guy and chunk load this area and see if we can't make sure that this stays loaded. And then we're going to automate keeping in stock a certain amount of nether stars. So let's show chunk boundaries. So we basically want to chunk load a 3x3 area around this chunk. So what I'll do is just stick this dude right here-ish, show lasers, and that should keep all these chunks loaded. Cool. And that should be good. Hide lasers. So that'll keep you loaded. So now let's set up some automation around nether stars. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. We already have it so that when the lever's on, it's spawning those dudes. I'm thinking so it's really fast to spawn withers. Let's see how it goes. We might want to like intentionally slow it down, which I can do with a sequencer. But for now, let's get a redstone receiver and a redstone transmitter. And then we're going to want a detector, which is pretty much as straightforward as you can get. So detector, let's make sure you know how to make one of those. Into our new fancy thing. Woot. And you're going to craft. Cool. And then we should be good, right? Detector. Hooray. So this is really straightforward. Is there a specific area I want to have these dedicated to? I'm not sure if we're going to need like lots of them at some point. But for now, what I could do is just simply place it right there. And what we'll do is we'll have another star in there. And we'll say, basically, if less than, let's say, 64 nether stars emit a redstone signal. And now your channels are 1 and 1, right? Am I using channel 1 for something already? I don't know. What channel were you? 2? I was probably using it. Oh, I was using it for the frames thing for Astral Sorcery. So yeah, I don't need that anymore. So transmitter can go here. We'll just rotate you. Hopefully that's going to work. Let's see. Yay, it works. Cool. And if I change you to greater than, you don't work. Okay. Hey, psst. You're supposed to be on here. Stop it. What we might need to do, and if this is the case, it might not be sending updates. So if I do that and it's on, and then I do that and it's off. Yeah, so it's just not getting its update properly when it's right next to it. So having a redstone dust in between helps with that. So let's maybe put these a little bit in like something of a basement-y area. How does that sound? So what I could do, and you guys are gonna have to remind me of where this is because at some point I will forget that I did this. But like in this little sub-basement, right, we'll make it less than 64, right? That's the receiver. That looks cool, right? So then what we'll have here is that. So if your emit signal went under amount. Okay, why are you misbehaving so much? So greater than, off, less than, on. I know what's causing it. I have to report it to McJady. Basically, it's waiting for... This thing doesn't get updated until a redstone signal changes on the transmitter. So it's not constantly checking. Or maybe it checks every now and then. I don't know. So I'm going to switch it to greater than now so that the signal's actually off. And then we can cover up this mess that I made. Now, the other way to do this, obviously, would be to have a refined storage transmitter receiver thing over here. But that feels like a lot of wasted energy just to do that. Hello, what was that? Did I just morph? Felt like I was morphing. Felt like I got a morph. Oh. So let's remove you for a minute. We will put... What I'll do is put this thing on here, set to redstone input. We'll do this, and then we'll have the receiver here for that. Cool. And that should be good, right? And then we'll set this guy back to sandstone, and that should be cool. So now, if we actually head back to our base, and we properly turn this on, what we should have is a fully automated... Go back in the human form, please. Way of detecting. So, wherever this thing was. I lost it already. Ah, I didn't want to break that. There it is. Cool. So we're going to make you less than. Power's 15. Now if we go check, I'm placing the wrong blocks. But withers should be spawning at this moment. They should already be running. And if we check our star count, it should start going up. So 35. We'll see how much we come up with once this goes. So if we pop over to here, we should see nether stars. Withers. Yes, withers, woot, lots and lots of them. And they're taking damage and doing the thing and creating nether stars. And that's cool. So that will keep nether stars in stock for us, right? Whenever we get low on nether stars. And speaking of nether stars, so you should be behaving. Like any moment now we should see, there we go, 36, 37, 38. Nice. So my question is, how shenaniganry is this spawning? So the option is that it might be a really stupid amount of withers spawned over there. And I'm kind of curious, like how many withers there are right now spawned. Because it might be a really large amount. It seems to spawn one like every few seconds, and that's a little bit much. Like, there's a lot there, and that's kind of funny. I should really be limiting this. I really should be. If I was being in any way responsible, I would say only spawn a wither every like 2 seconds, and I would do that with like a sequencer. But it's kind of working, and it's kind of hilarious. So we'll know how many extra withers we had, because when it hits 64, it'll stop spawning them, and from that point forward, any that have already been spawned will be killed, and we'll continue to get nether stars, right? So whatever amount of nether stars we have greater than 64 is going to be our indication for how many extra withers it spawned beyond the 64 limit. So it should now no longer be making more withers, which appears to be the case. And it's just going to kill any that are currently alive. Sweet. Hey, look, we just dropped... Okay, good. So now we have less than one wither. It should only be one left. He dead. Nice. No more withers. So how many nether stars in total did we get is the question. 85. All right, so it had 20 extra withers in there. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. I want to check something. Isn't there an infinite wireless transmitter? Yeah. You need 2 wireless transmitters, an ender pearl, and an end rod. And I assume... So that's from Applied Energistics. This is for refined storage add-ons. An end rod needs popped chorus fruit and blaze rod. That should not be a problem either. So now that we have a nether star, we shouldn't have a problem making this. So all I need to do is get rid of you and your silly range upgrades. Pfft. Infinite wireless doohickey. Are you working all of a sudden? So now the question is, can you work from over by the wither machine? Yeah, that's what's up. No more running back to my base. That is cool. Now there are some experience orbs in there that I thought you would handle, Mr. Experience Orb Collector guy. What's going on over here? Hey. You're full. This tank is full. Well, there's your problem. Yeah, that can't be. Hold on. Base. There's no way this Signalum tank down here is full of liquid experience. Is there? Oh, hello. Yes, it is. Cool. We're gonna have to do something about that at some point. That's a lot of liquid experience, though. Sweet. I guess withers create a lot of EXP. Oh, hello. Why are you fluctuating on power? Why are you struggling? Why? Why are you struggling on power? Oh, it uses 1,000 forage and okay, 1,000 RF a tick to do infinite wireless. Okay, hold your horses. How are you getting power again? Where's the power income for you? All right, you've only got, that's why. Hold on, nobody panic. So we're going to want things that are currently inside this thing. Derp. Nobody panic. These are the derps that occur when it's derping time. So let's remove you for a minute. We can reconnect you. You know what, I could beg, borrow, and steal, but we'll just do that, which should power back on this guy. Now this thing isn't going to work because there's no wireless transmitter at all. But I should be able to come in here and get some Redstoned. How are we for flux ducts? Do we have like... We have a bunch of Signalum, but it's on a Redstone line as it is. So let's get like 10 more of you. And let me know. That's right. I'm used to having that thing. 2. Let's go. 3. Come on. 4. 5. Probably close enough. It might not be close enough. I don't know how many blocks I need, but I want to make sure I have all 10. You're done? Yeah. Cool. So now I should be able to put back. And it's a little bit weird maneuvering as a bird. Should be able to put you back, and you should have no problem maintaining 1,000 RF a tick for that. Cool. So that's actually a huge amount of energy use, which further will inhibit my ability. So you're going to be okay. You seem to be okay in terms of production, but that's going to further impact my thing. So I think next episode, we're definitely going to have to work on power gen. But for now, it's wrapping up point. So Darwell 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.